The most crucial XRP Ripple coin video is this one. Really, if you missed this, you'll be sorry. The SEC was XRP's largest barrier just a month ago, constantly driving the price down and slamming it with litigation. However, things have changed and now the same SEC may contribute to the unthinkable price explosion of XRP. With the SEC's assistance, some analysts even anticipate that XRP might hit $10,000. Quite awesome, isn't it? Don't let it pass you by. Let's dissect everything in detail. Disclaimer: this could be the last and most significant chapter in Ripple's long-running legal struggle with the SEC. The regulatory landscape seems to be shifting not only in Ripple's favor but also in favor of the whole cryptocurrency sector with the confirmation of Paul Atkins as the new chairman of the SEC. The person who formally assumed leadership, Atkins, is not a new member of the commission. From 2002 to 2008, he was the SEC's former commissioner and has a long history of advocating for innovation in the market. The XRP community has already begun to speculate about his appointment by President Trump and Senate approval. Why? Because Atkins embodies something that the SEC has been sadly lacking in recent years: clarity in regulations and a readiness to accept digital assets instead of putting them in legal limbo. Atkins used a polite tone in his first public remark, stressing the value of effective capital markets and investor protection. However, both observers and insiders feel that his intentions are very evident behind the formal jargon. Ripple didn't just make it via the SEC, as Finance Bros stated in a tweet that went viral very fast. It's going to flourish beneath it. The SEC's new chairman, Paul Atkins, is pro-crypto, pro-clarity, and has dropped the XRP appeal as his first move. Rumors of a settlement are intensifying. The legal haze is dissipating. This isn't merely the lawsuit's conclusion. The Wall Street era of XRP is just getting started. That sentiment is not limited to the buzz on social media. The XRP community is now closely monitoring any signs that the SEC would drop its appeal against Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP, which has loomed over the case like a rain cloud for months. Journalist Eleanor Terrett reported that Atkins has been sworn in. Zayef's tweet was much more telling. Another prominent person in the crypto industry. The SEC chair just declared that cryptocurrency and XRP would be his top priorities. The light is green. If so, it would represent a significant change in the direction of policy from enforcement to clarity. Additionally, there is increasing confidence that Atkins and Commissioners Hester Pierce and Mark Wieta, who are pro-crypto, might form a majority within the SEC that prioritizes the development of careful regulatory frameworks above sweeping enforcement measures. That entails more than simply legal recourse for XRP. It indicates credibility, which might open the door for relistings on U.S. exchanges, broad institutional acceptance, and the development of new financial instruments using XRP at their center. It is a victory for Ripple Labs. It may represent the start of a more positive era in U.S. regulation for the larger cryptocurrency business. Skeptics originally called XRP a security in disguise, but it might soon be at the forefront of a regulated, accepted financial revolution. The ramifications go well beyond a single token or business. They raise the prospect of cooperation between innovation and compliance, something that in the context of American cryptocurrency has long appeared unattainable. The future of XRP and Ripple appears to be becoming more apparent as the legal haze starts to clear. Not only was it exempt from lawsuits, but it was also free to expand, get approval from Wall Street, and perhaps most importantly, go forward. Crazy, huh? It only gets more intriguing from here. Now that the SEC is finally changing course and regulatory certainty is at last attainable, XRP is once again in the public eye. These international occurrences are more than just legal landmarks. They have the capacity to spur rapid expansion. Forecasts are already being updated by analysts. Let's not forget that the price projections may astound you. Key players in the cryptocurrency field are raising the alarm about what might be the next big thing. The Modern Investor tweeted, "XRP is about to make a huge move. Some are far more audacious. To $20 XRP will teleport." Aminix said, "You're not bullish enough." Additionally, as Steph aptly stated, global liquidity is erupting. XRP will come next. To put it another way, money is flowing once more, and XRP could be the thing that takes it to the next level. It's more than just hype. Strong macroeconomic and on-chain statistics support it. However, the XRP community itself is making some of the most audacious claims. By the end of 2025, XRP will hit $100 according to Crypto Sensei. XRP Dragon, meanwhile, went one step farther. The upcoming XRP pump will be biblical. These are not only arbitrary forecasts, they represent the result of years of faith in Ripple's technology, business, and mission. And then there's the phrase that keeps reverberating like a premonition across the town. According to Arthur Brito, a co-founder of Ripple Labs, XRP was created at a $10,000 price point and was intended to grow for 7.5 billion users. Despite its absurdity, it reflects XRP's original goal of being a globally scalable digital asset with practical applications. Long-term holders are being validated, and that utility is finally being acknowledged. A well-known figure in the XRP community, Eduardo Farina, recently highlighted how owning 10,000 XRP could be the first step towards financial independence. That cash is valued at almost $20,000 at the current rate. It was more like $5,000 6 months ago. Farina thinks the main run hasn't really begun, even though that represents a 4x gain already. What does it actually mean to be financially free in this context? Many people hope that XRP will reach $100, a milestone that would generate $1 million from an investment of 10,000 tokens. Despite the fact that it sounds drastic, experts such as Armando Pantoja and Farina maintain that it is feasible, pointing to Ripple's consistent expansion in partnerships and the network's significance in international finance. Critics may laugh, but history demonstrates that the most significant actions frequently start when uncertainty is at its highest. This isn't just another pump for speculation. It is the outcome of technological advancement, clear legislation, and a committed community that has withstood one of the most severe storms in the history of cryptocurrency. One thing is certain, regardless of if XRP reaches $10, $100, or $10,000, potential is no longer the only consideration. It's about bringing a long-held concept to life, and that trip, perhaps it's just beginning. Naturally, we must also discuss Ripple's international alliances, as that is where the true power shift is taking place. Behind the scenes, Ripple has been quietly growing while everyone else is watching charts in courtrooms. You're not prepared for what they've constructed, I assure you. Ripple is incorporating its technology into the basic framework of international banking, from central banks to significant financial organizations. This is domination in action, not just bluster. As a result, the XRP story is rapidly changing, and now involves more than just legal clarification or conjecture. It has to do with worldwide adoption. Participation in the financial system is not the only goal of Ripple. It's rebuilding it right now. The recent developments are beginning to show that vision in action. Ripple has quietly and methodically positioned XRP to become the digital backbone of a new financial era. More than 2,231 accredited and institutional investors have just joined the XRP ledger through White Rock, according to King Valex. It's a mass onboarding, not just momentum. Retail investors searching for the next meme currency are not these people. These entities, banks, hedge funds, fintech companies, have billions at their fingertips and are joining the ecosystem because they see utility, a topic we've all been discussing for years. Institutions aren't the only ones. Ripple's technology is now being connected to governments. CryptoGeek's post, which referenced rumors that the Federal Reserve would incorporate XRP into the blockchain component of its FedNow payment system, sent shockwaves across the community. Ripple has had several meetings with U.S. central bankers and authorities, whether or not this has been formally confirmed. Additionally, this